Ted Mosby spent 9 years searching for the love of his life. He found her, he married her, and then, in the final episode of How I Met Your Mother, she died. And within minutes of telling that story, Ted was standing outside Robin Scherbatsky's apartment holding the blue French horn, ready to chase the woman who had rejected him 5 separate times. For 9 seasons, Ted Mosby was sold to us as television's greatest hopeless romantic. The architect with a heart of gold. The guy who believed in destiny, in soulmates, and the perfect yellow umbrella moment. And we believed him. We rooted for him. We sat through 208 episodes because we wanted Ted to find happiness. But what if I told you Ted Mosby was never capable of being happy? What if I told you that the man we spent a decade watching wasn't a romantic? He was something far more tragic. Today on Yellow Umbrella, we're going to decode Ted Mosby. Not the version his kids heard about, not the version future Ted told us. The real Ted. The Ted who, by the end of this video, you'll see in a way that will change how you watch How I Met Your Mother forever. Let's begin. Pilot episode, Season 1. Ted meets Robin at McLaren's pub for the first time. They go on one date. One. And at the end of that date, standing outside her apartment building in the rain, Ted says it. I think I'm in love with you. Now. We're supposed to find this charming. The show frames it as charming. Marshall and Lily react like Ted just did something adorably awkward. But pause for a second. Step back from the laugh track. This man who has known this woman for less than 24 hours is telling her he's in love with her. Not I really like you. Not I want to see where this goes. He's diagnosed himself with romantic love after a single dinner, and then minutes later he steals a blue French horn from a restaurant for her because he saw her look at it once. We laughed. We thought it was sweet. The show wanted us to. But strip away the music and the charm and the warm lighting, and what you have is a man committing petty theft for a woman he just met because he's already decided she's the one. This isn't romance, this is obsession dressed up in a cardigan. And here's the part most fans miss. Ted does this with every woman he dates. Stella, within weeks he's planning their wedding. Victoria, he's ready to follow her to Germany. Zoe, he's defending her in court against his own architectural firm. Karen, he named Marshall and Lily's daughter without permission for her. Ted didn't fall in love with people. Ted fell in love with the idea of being in love, and there's a name for that. It's called limerence. The obsessive infatuation that mimics real love, but burns out the moment reality enters the picture. And Ted Mosby spent 9 years cycling through limerence after limerence, convinced each time that this was it. This was the one. Here's something most viewers never noticed about Ted Mosby across 9 seasons. He was never single for long. Think about it. From the moment we meet Ted to the moment the show ends, there is almost no extended period where Ted Mosby is not either in a relationship, recovering from a relationship, or actively pursuing someone new. Robin breaks up with him. He's with Stella by next season. Stella leaves him at the altar, one of the most devastating moments in the show, and within an episode, he's already entertaining new prospects. Zoe betrays him. Victoria's back in his life. Victoria leaves him. Jeanette enters. Jeanette burns down his apartment. He's on to the next. This isn't a man searching for love. This is a man running from solitude. Because here's the thing about being alone. Really alone. It forces you to sit with yourself, to face the version of you that exists when no one is looking, to accept who you are without someone else's validation. Ted couldn't do that. His career was built on external validation, designing buildings that people would walk past and admire. His friendships were built on being the dependable, loved guy. And his romantic life was a constant search for someone who would tell him he was enough. Ted's friends found peace and commitment. Marshall and Lily settled. Barney eventually grew up. Ted found peace in the chase, because the chase is the only thing that distracted him from the question he never wanted to answer. Why am I never enough for myself? Now we need to talk about Tracy McConnell, the mother, the woman we waited 9 seasons to meet, the Yellow Umbrella's true owner, Ted's destiny. And she was perfect for him, genuinely. The show went out of its way to prove it. She loved his weird obsessions. She matched his romantic spirit. She gave him the children he always wanted, and then she died. And the show ended with Ted, at his kids' urging, going back to Robin. Most fans saw this as a betrayal, a writer's room decision that ruined the entire series. But what if it wasn't a twist? What if the entire show was secretly the story of Ted's obsession with Robin, disguised as a story of how he met someone else? Watch the series again with that lens, and the evidence is staggering. Ted spends more screen time pining over Robin than he ever does building a future with anyone else. He proposes to Robin while she's engaged to Barney. He almost ruins her wedding. He shows up to her hotel room in season 9 to tell her he still has feelings for her days before he meets Tracy. And when Ted tells his kids the story of how he met their mother, his kids, 2 teenagers, figure out within minutes that the story isn't really about Tracy at all. His own children could see it. And here's what makes it so devastatingly sad. Tracy wasn't the love of Ted's life. Tracy was the rest stop on the way back to Robin. She was real. She was wonderful. She gave him everything he said he wanted. But the moment she was gone, Ted didn't grieve. He didn't sit with the loss. He didn't honor what they had. He grabbed a blue French horn and went chasing the ghost he'd been chasing for 9 years. Because Tracy was a chapter. Robin was the obsession. Now here's the part that elevates Ted Mosby from a frustrating character to a tragic one. Ted knew. Ted knew he was broken. He just couldn't fix it. Throughout the series, Ted has these moments. Quiet, late-night, alone moments where he reflects on himself. He talks to Marshall about feeling lost. He admits to Lily that he doesn't know if he'll ever find what he's looking for. He tells future Ted's audience, his own children, about every mistake he ever made. He spent 9 years narrating his own life to his kids, partially to explain how he met their mother, but mostly to justify himself, to make sense of who he became, to convince himself that all the chaos, all the failed relationships, all the obsession with Robin, that it was all leading somewhere meaningful. But here's the cruelest irony. Ted's gift of believing in destiny was also his curse. Because if you believe so strongly in the one, in a single perfect person designed for you, you can never fully commit to a one. You're always wondering if the next person is more perfect, if the next signal from the universe is more real, if the woman you're with right now is just a placeholder for the woman you're meant to find. Ted believed in soulmates so completely that he sabotaged every soul who tried to mate with him, including himself. So let's go back to that final scene. Ted standing outside Robin's apartment with the blue French horn, the same horn he stole on a first date 9 years ago. Same gesture, same desperation, same man. 9 years of supposed growth. A wife, children, a career, a complete life. And the moment Tracy is gone, Ted is the exact same person he was at 27. Standing in the rain, betting his entire emotional future on a woman who has told him no. Again and again and again. The yellow umbrella was never a symbol of finding love. It was a symbol of how Ted Mosby spent his entire life walking through the rain, searching for shelter he was never going to let himself accept. Tracy gave him shelter, he left it behind. Robin gave him rain. He chose it. Again. The sad truth about Ted Mosby is that he didn't tell his children the story of how he met their mother. He told them the story of why he never really got over the woman who wasn't her. And somewhere, at the end of all 9 seasons, all 208 episodes, all the laughter and the tears and the legend, wait for it, dairy moments. We weren't watching a love story. We were watching a man drown, beautifully, slowly, with a yellow umbrella in his hand the entire time. If this changed how you see Ted, drop a comment below and tell me. Do you think Tracy ever really had a chance? Because next time a yellow umbrella, we're decoding the man who lived a louder, brighter, more legendary life than anyone else in the group, but was secretly the most broken of them all. We're diving into the hidden pain behind Barney Stinson. Subscribe so you don't miss it, hit the bell, and let's keep decoding How I Met Your Mother. One character at a time. Until next time, stay legendary.